everyone, and welcome to today's Explainer. We are looking at a topic that is just absolutely monumental right now, how artificial intelligence is completely rewiring the educational ecosystem. And I mean that in the broadest, most structural sense possible. We're talking everything from the invisible, administrative back office that literally keeps the lights on, all the way up to the broader societal impacts. We're going to trace exactly how these new technologies are fundamentally reshaping what it means to teach, what it means to learn, and honestly, how we run a modern school.
Okay, let's dive into this roadmap. We've broken this massive topic into 4 distinct areas. First, automating school administration. Second, transforming the teaching workflow. Third, intelligent tutoring for students. And finally, bridging the digital divide.
To really grasp this shift, it helps to view education as a living, breathing, interconnected ecosystem. Today, we're going to see how AI acts as a systemic capacity multiplier across this entire ecosystem, rather than just some single-point tech solution. The urgency here, it literally cannot be overstated. AI has officially moved from the margins of, tech enthusiast experimentation directly into the mainstream of daily educational reality. And while the public conversation is so often dominated by these fears of AI replacing human jobs, as we dig into the actual real-world data today, we're going to uncover a totally different reality, one that's incredibly empowering, highly structured, and profoundly human-centric.
Section 1. Automating School Administration, the Invisible Backbone.
So, the true AI revolution in schools actually starts exactly where students rarely see it, down in the administrative back office. Think about the process of creating a master school timetable. It's actually what computer scientists call a constraint satisfaction problem. Basically, it's a mathematical challenge where the complexity grows exponentially with every single new variable you throw at it. To put this into perspective, for a standard school with just 40 teachers and 20 sections, the possible combinations of schedule blocks literally reach into the billions. Billions! It's a complete logistical nightmare when done manually. It's the kind of task that usually requires, endless pots of coffee and a giant whiteboard.
Now, what's really interesting about this is the staggering contrast in how we solve that puzzle. Traditionally, untangling that web of billions of combinations takes a team of coordinators around 3 full days of agonizing manual labor. But in AI scheduling engine, using specialized genetic algorithms, it processes those exact same parameters and evaluates thousands of scheduling trees in under 10 seconds. 10 seconds! It automatically satisfies all those complex hard and soft constraints and delivers a perfectly balanced grid instantly.
And what's truly amazing here is that this ruthless algorithmic efficiency actually yields a deeply human outcome. By automating the schedule, the AI enforces built-in rules designed specifically to prevent teacher burnout. It manages daily roster limits, it ensures critical rest intervals between classes, and it guarantees balanced subject rotations. Plus, when those unexpected morning absences happen, an automated system scans the master database and arranges a substitute with a single click. It just completely eliminates the morning chaos.
Section 2. Transforming the teaching workflow, the frontline delivery.
So, moving from the back office straight to the frontline delivery in the classroom. This is where AI is quickly becoming foundational teaching infrastructure that actively amplifies an educator's instructional capacity. When we look at real, unfiltered classroom usage data, analyzing thousands of educators, clear patterns emerge, and they're really encouraging. Teachers aren't using AI indiscriminately, and they aren't just looking for lazy shortcuts. They are purposefully embedding it into core pedagogical workflows to increase rigor. Looking at the top use cases, 55% use it for structured lesson planning, 48% use it for scaling high-quality assessment design, and 35% are shifting toward visual-first instruction, basically using AI to generate presentations that clarify really complex, abstract concepts.
And here is the metric that should honestly make everyone stop and take notice: 4.7 hours. That is the average amount of time a teacher using these AI tools recovers every single week. Nearly 5 hours of time, previously lost to heavy administrative prep, just given right back to the educator.
But the crucial point here isn't just about saving time, it's about how that time is used. The data shows this recovered time isn't just evaporating into more administrative tasks, it is aggressively reinvested into high-value, human-centric teaching. Teachers are using those recovered hours for individual student mentoring, deeper classroom engagement, and much more personalized instruction. As this quote perfectly summarizes, AI's real impact isn't in saving time, it's vastly expanding what teachers can actually do with that time. Section 3. Intelligent Tutoring for Students, the Learning Outcomes. Now let's shift our focus to the individual student experience.
This is where we start looking at systems designed to provide individualized, adaptive instruction by actually modeling a student's psychological states and knowledge gaps. And this brilliantly illustrates the massive historical spike in scholarly research surrounding intelligent tutoring systems, or ITS, since 1980. So this isn't some new, flashy fad. Decades of research have culminated in a massive empirical dataset that allows us to rigorously evaluate exactly how effective these AI tutors really are for actual learning outcomes.
A major meta-analysis, which looked at over 100 effect sizes and tens of thousands of students, gives us a really clear answer. When compared to traditional large group instruction or non-ITS computer-based instruction, intelligent tutoring systems significantly outperform them. But even more incredibly, and this blew my mind, the data shows there is no significant statistical difference between learning from an ITS and learning from individualized human tutoring. It essentially matches human tutoring effectiveness.
Let's anchor the narrative with this hard metric, 0.42. That is the significant positive effect size of intelligent tutoring systems when compared directly to traditional teacher-led large group instruction. To put it simply, students using these systems are achieving demonstrably higher learning outcomes on average. It works. Now, a really common misconception is that AI tutors are only good for, math or coding, but a quick look at the effect sizes across disciplines proves otherwise. While it is certainly effective for mathematics at 0.35 and computer science at 0.51, the largest positive effect size is actually in the humanities at a massive 0.63. So this technology isn't just for STEM. It is highly effective across incredibly diverse academic domains.
Notice how the vast majority of this distribution curve sits firmly on the right, positive side of the zero mark. This represents the results of 107 different effect sizes from that meta-analysis. Basically, it means the overwhelming majority of independent studies consistently show positive, measurable gains when students utilize intelligent tutoring systems.
Section 4. Bridging the Digital Divide. The Equity Challenge. Let's move to and see how this builds into the macro level. We've seen the incredible power of these tools inside the classroom, but now we must address a critical, overarching societal risk, the unequal access to this very technology. During a recent community focus group in California, everyday folks were asked if they were concerned about AI impacting their jobs. One participant's response was just simply, "I don't know, should I be?" This poignant response perfectly encapsulates our current reality. There is a massive, critical lack of baseline AI literacy in everyday communities, leaving people entirely unsure of how this tech will affect their daily lives. And that lack of understanding is actively creating a new AI divide. Fear, apprehension, and honestly, just a lack of relatable, accessible education are stifling interest. And sadly, this divide disproportionately impacts marginalized and vulnerable communities. It's preventing the very groups who could benefit most from leveraging these incredible classroom and productivity tools we just talked about, which is going to drastically widen the existing skills gap.
So how do we fix it? UNESCO and several global nonprofits have outlined a really actionable blueprint for leaders. Closing this gap requires 5 steps. 1. Proper resource allocation to trusted groups. 2. Local community-driven engagement. 3. Inclusive education available in multiple languages. 4. Collaborative efforts across governments and tech companies. And 5. A culture of continuous learning. Just throwing a few online tech tutorials on a website isn't enough. We need trusted, community-level initiatives to truly build AI literacy from the ground up.
Conclusion: the classroom of the future.
Today, we've journeyed through the entire educational ecosystem. We've seen how AI solves billion-variable administrative nightmares in mere seconds. We've seen how it recovers nearly 5 hours a week for teachers so they can reinvest that time into real human mentorship. And we've seen the hard empirical data proving it provides highly effective personalized tutoring to students across all subjects. But I want to leave you with a thought to ponder as we wrap up today. We absolutely know AI can solve scheduling, streamline complex lesson planning, and provide incredibly personalized tutoring. But if we don't actively work to bridge that digital literacy gap in our broader communities, who really benefits from the classroom of the future? It's a powerful technology, absolutely, but its ultimate value depends entirely on ensuring that everyone has the knowledge and access to use it.